Hi and welcome to Rainy Day Crafting. Hope you're good. Thank you very much for joining me. Okay, I plan to just do a real nice quickie card. You know how you get lots of sort of scrappy bits of card paper around, so I thought, haven't done much blending generally on here, so I thought, right, this is what I'm going to do. Now this die is it's the X-Cut make, I believe. But obviously, you know, if you've got any dies, you know, if you've got anything that, that can then, put on a card, use whatever you've got. So, you know, like I say, you don't have to go and buy this. But anyway, it's a real sort of basic die. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my usual 6x6 card. But then a bit of scrappy bits. If ever I muck up a card, because, you know, this is gorgeous, I always just cut the fending bit off if need be. And I've got a big box. I'll show you here now. Look at this. This is all my bits. As I've sort of finished with bits and pieces, they all just get put in here because, you know, they're good bits of paper, card, whatever. I probably ought to colour code them, but I don't. But anyway, lots in there. So always keep a box, and I sort of tend to keep a lot of little bits which are very good for just popping, you know, sentiments on. Anyway, so that's kept there. So what I'm going to do, we're going to do a bit of blending. So what I've done is, well, I actually found up a piece of, I think this might be sort of like water paper, but I'm going to be using the Distress Oxide. So that basically fits about there. Okay, so we're going to be blending on this. I tend to try and use something else. Whoops, my full moon wishes from the other day. Let's have a little look. So, right, so I'm going to use, I think, Festive Berries, Dried Marigold, and Ripe Permission. So sort of oranges, reds, okay, so they sort of blend quite lovely together. Now, there's two ways. You can blend with just the daubers, yeah, or these. Are quite new to me, but I think they are lovely. So you just use them. See, I'm sort of trying to keep blue for blues. I mean, I haven't used them all at all, but if I now use one, another yellowy looking one, and oh, I don't know that one. I think I got these off Amazon. So right, what I'm going to do is start off, I think, darker at the top. Sometimes it pays to have another bit of sort of scrappy paper or something, so, you know, depending on what you're using, that you know, you sort of test out how it's going to go. Okay, so right, what I'm going to do is just sort of blend, so from one side to the other. Okay, so that's that one. So that was the Festive Berries. Let's go right the other side. Let's do some. You go obviously for any colour scheme you. Ooh, that's very juicy. See, I didn't then test that one, did I? Very juicy. Okay. See, that's why I always say sometimes it's worth checking them out first. So we could now potentially just blend them two together. Quite nice. I quite like it with a little bit of sort of lighter in there. You can, you know, you can blend them both in together if you wish. And then let's just go for the other one, which is a much lighter one. I would always, when you're doing this, because I always say that takes no prisoners once you've got it on your hands and it goes all over your cards. So, and there we've got blending. You'll find if you haven't been blending very much in the past, it's just something that the more you do, let me just put that on there. I probably now could have done a load, but anyway, there we have, quite easily done. The only thing is that's going to be wet, so that what I'm going to do, these, all I do then is go and, I've got my bathroom next door, I'll go and rinse those out, and I've got a little place I stack them in the window, and they just dry off. So they blend really, really quite easily. If I was to now I just move that to one side, can you sort of see the colours really are gorgeous? Yeah, so that's that. I was going to say, had I got another piece I could, if I blend, if I just show you actually, if I now just use one of the daubers, be careful don't go on the cards. Again, this was one that was actually quite juicy, wasn't it? So that will blend quite well with the daubers too. Okay, so yeah, just nice short circular little movements. So, you know, whichever you prefer, really. I might as well have a little go with the rest of them now. Right, I don't know where my red one is. Oops, see now I've got that on my fingers. You have to be so careful because once it's on your fingers, ooh, that might have to be this bit here a little bit. Can you see you can sort of do a bigger area with these? Yeah, really gorgeous sort of, and how they can sort of blend from one to the other. So I was showing you with the daubers, wasn't I? Then I forgot what I was doing. This is typically me. Now let's just put the lids on them a moment. Right, so that one was right permission. But you do any colour schemes you, I think it's because I'm still in the thoughts of being the Chinese New Year a little bit at the moment. So I think sort of that's why I'm probably sort of loving the oranges at the moment. So then again, like I say, have a piece of paper or something, and then you're blending this. Oh, they actually look quite similar. You know, just so I've got another piece. Let's just shut that one off, and I might just change colour completely. And this bit, let's find my lid. Make sure I've got the right ones on the right ones. Hold on, let me just grab a Squeeze Lemonade. Gorgeous bright colour. Let's just do a bit of that in the middle. Hopefully the other one's drying. See? So that, you know, these do work quite lovely. Obviously, if you haven't got any you know, if you haven't got to stress oxides, you know, do a bit of colouring, bit of painting, bit of watercolouring, you know, use whatever mediums you like. But can you just see the colours? I mean, obviously when that dry beautifully, they are so lovely, lovely bright colours, aren't they? So let's pop them out of the way. I'm more concerned I'm going to get everything. These I don't bother to wash out because I tend to sort of keep them more or less for the colours I want. This is why I'm always saying about it, you know, once you've got it on your hands, that's when it moves on to something else and you don't realise. So like I say, if you can use scrappy bits of paper or something to leave things out. Okay, right, let's put that to one side. So let's put them over there so they're out the way and they'll be washed in a moment. Right, that can go out the way. Also, I can go back up there. If I just push them over there, hopefully I've got no colour. Now what I'm going to do is then, can you see, this is, because the card I'm going to use, yeah, this is really quite a very, very easy card. You know, if you suddenly think, oh my goodness, I've got to, you know, do a card for, you know, today. If you're into your crafting, you could just come in your craft room, pick up one of your spare dies in some way, bit of colour blending, and as you'll see in a minute, it really is so effective. So now I need to cut that out. So let's get out my Big Shot. I need all the pads. I need to just pop that in there. I've put it fairly square on there, because I might then cut it out so it's got a border to go on the card as well. So here we go. Wind it through and wind it back. There we have. Now, with a bit of luck, this a little bit of a wiggle on the bend, a little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. With this, obviously do it a little bit gingerly, because you know, if you just rip it off right quick, you could rip it up. It should have cut through, because these ones tend to cut through quite nice. If for any reason you put one through and it doesn't cut through very well, if you can sort of make sure it keeps in the same place, put it back through. Okay. This sort of die is actually quite lovely to actually do paper piecing, which is then like that big bit of jigsaw, putting it back in. Let me just have a look. I don't want it to stretch. Right, now we just need to make sure we take out all the little extras. Like I say, a poker tool's absolutely brilliant. If you haven't got one, use a pin, safety pin, brooch thing. No. For some reason I probably could have done with putting a little bit of packaging through that as well. That would have really made them all fall out really good, because usually they come out better than this. Right. Took half of that. That's annoying, isn't it? So I'll make that now look a little bit rough there. Okay. Yeah, it's left quite a few in actually. Okay. Now, like I say, this is a lovely little quick card. Oh, it's a shame about this, because look, that's left. Can you see? That's left that just a little bit tatty there, which I don't like. I won't bend it up too much, because of didn't cut it out as clean as I like. I sort of took the layer of the card off. Okay, another little middle bit there. So you need to just check that they're all out, because once you've stuck it down, you sometimes can get them out afterwards, but they're a bit more awkward. Okay. I've left a few actually. So as you can see, there's little dragonflies. Another tool that's actually pretty good is this. Although I reckon you could use a nail brush. If they don't come out very well, for example, get yourself, or if you've got a piece of foam, pop the piece of foam on there. I just don't want to make sure I don't rip it off, and then just go backwards and forwards, yeah, and they should all fall out. For some reason that's just being a little bit awkward. I just don't want to leave any. Okay, so there we have these. I tend to then, before I put them away, I tend to take all these bits out. So now, I don't know how dry these are. So to make this fit on here, yeah, what we're going to do, I wonder if that's dry enough, because there'll be nothing worse. So basically that will be going whichever way round of the colour scheme. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's quite lovely. Okay, so so what I now need to do, so I'll be sticking that down, and then for this I want to be able to put that edge on there so it fits lovely, and then maybe with my little cutter try and just take off the extras. Let's have a look. This is new. Can you hear that blade? It really no. Hopefully that's nice and square. Didn't measure it properly. Oh, I'm a little bit disappointed how some of these haven't poked out through. But like I say, if you just put a little bit of packaging in, if it doesn't, almost tempted to stop the video and do it again. But there you go. Time's a bit of a essence today. So this will be here. You say I'm doing a really quick card and I've spent ages picking these little bits out. Okay. So now what we'll be doing I could, just to make sure that's going nowhere. I haven't used this in ages. I don't know if it's got the stuff in it properly. Not sure if it's got the glue in it or not. Let's have a look. No, I don't think I have. So, just see, I want to be so careful I don't get any glue there. As central by the eye as I can get it. Might just put something like that on rather than put my fingers on it, because the next thing I'll be putting colour all over me. And then with this, I told you it was a quick card. This is just literally as well using up some of the scraps I've got. Because you know what it's like, unless you start using up your scraps, you have piles of this other stuff absolutely everywhere. So, all through the letters. Now, if you wanted to, you could put some more flowers on top and make it a bit more. Or, this being quite a quick card, you could actually knock up a few of these and then put in a little, like, sort of thank you sets. And this is just for you. I just want to show you as well how gorgeous, before I put it on this, don't want to muck up, how gorgeous, can you sort of see the colours on there too? So that'll be something I do something else with. So that's there. And because this card is exactly this same card, yeah, now where I put some glue on there, something like that, nice and heavy, hold it down. I said it's a 5-second rule. And there you have, look at that, quite a gorgeous card. Yeah, so knocked up really quickly. So till the next time, take care, thanks for watching.